We are witnessing something absolutely special. This is unbelievable. The Jays are in the midst of something that Jays fans have been waiting for years. They do the unthinkable once again, this time in crazy fashion, walk-off fashion. Not only are they able to do such an insane thing for the fifth straight game, they also got some help from the out-of-town scoreboard. And the Jays, folks, we're on cloud nine right now. We're going to break down the game, discuss what it means going forward, as well as discuss some other things that happen surrounding the Jays, some updates there. But folks, before we get into it all, if you're a part of the percentage, you aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Jays content. If you're enjoying the Jays' unbelievable, heroic run, it's just unbelievable. Maybe soon to be historic run. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Folks, words cannot describe now. This is just an unbelievable amount of games in a row that they've won. Of course, coming into the Yankee series, you're hoping for, winning 3, all those things. They've won. I am just over the moon. Let's just dive right into it, folks. Bear with me. This is going to be, I am so happy. Words cannot describe. In case you missed it today, folks, the Toronto Blue Jays got a walk-off win in a very, very fantastic fashion. And it was a game where it wasn't their cleanest game. Offensively, you're coming in this game, you're thinking, okay, Kyle Hendricks, he's, on the older side. He throws 87-mile-per-hour fastballs, by the way. You have Eric Lauer on the bump. Maybe this is a scheduled win. No. They come out and they get 3 runs halfway through the game. You're up 3-0 against an Angels offense. You're thinking this is going to be a piece of cake, but don't forget the bullpen's down a little bit. Man, oh man, let's go through it. Jimenez 1 for 3. He did leave with an injury. We'll have an update probably for you tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that. 1 for 3. Leo Jimenez went 0 for 1. Made a pretty nice catch, though, a pretty crucial one. Springer 2 for 4. He remains hot. Bichette 1 for 4, a very crucial RBI. And also shout out to Andres Jimenez, who got the Jays on the board as well with the first RBI of the game. Addison Barger with an RBI as well, despite going 0 for 4. Other than that, the offense was pretty quiet, right? And this was a game where Vladdy was resting, Alejandro Kirk was resting, and of course he ultimately came up and struck out in the bottom of the 9th. But folks, you look at the lineup, and it wasn't their best lineup by any means. You don't have your 2 best hitters, really, or 2 of some of your best hitters. Of course, Barger, 2 of your best hitters as well. Vladdy and Kirk, both out of the lineup. But of course, they need rest. They're in the middle of a 16-game and 16-day stretch. It is going to be an absolute dogfight, right? And they come out and they do exactly what not only this team is just, it's truly blowing my mind what we're seeing. I haven't seen a Jays team this good maybe since 2015, 2016. And of course, they made the playoffs 2023. The offense wasn't fun. 2021, very, very good, but they didn't make the playoffs. I'm not saying the Jays will make the playoffs yet, but the way this team fights back, the way they're playing together, the way they're manufacturing runs, the way John Schneider is coaching for the most part, or managing rather, everything is falling into place, and it all came together with the bottom of the 9th inning. And that was or bottom of the 10th rather. And of course, Chad Green, we'll dive into that. I mean, there's so many things to go over. Chad Green comes in, we'll dive into it now, in the top of the 10th, doesn't allow the ghost runner to score, and you're coming up in the bottom of the 10th inning rather, and just getting ready. You say, just score a run. They try to bunt with Nathan Lucas. Of course, the pitcher throws 4 straight balls, none of them close. Man on first and second, no outs. You see Vladdy emerge from the tunnel, folks. He comes out of the tunnel. And then, of course, Ernie Clements has a lot of speed. You expect him to bunt. You move a runner into second, but the only one that matters is third. Of course, then, you have Vladdy up. A fly ball ends the game. You'll take your chances. Ernie Clement lays down not only a perfect bunt that would have probably had him safe anyway, forces the pitcher to throw it as fast as he can. I believe it was the pitcher at third base. Whoever it was, I got so excited I kind of blacked out. Could have been the catcher for all I know. They threw it to first. Game over. He throws it way over the head. The ball game's over. And that's what happens when you're playing good baseball. You have to be good to be lucky, and you have to be lucky. You have to be good to be lucky, right? You have to be lucky to be good. So it's going to be, things like this are going to happen. And they managed to, in a game where, once again, I mean, folks, their bullpen is in the trenches right now in the sense of they're doing the best they can. Eric Lauer, absolutely dominant. 6 innings pitch, 2 runs. Keep in mind, both those runs, he came out for the top of the 7th inning. Of course, he gives up 2, runners. And then, of course, unfortunately, Nick Sandlin comes in and leaves a meatball 0-2. I believe it was 0-2. But either way, a meatball 2 strikes to Joe Adell. He ties the game at 3. But just an unbelievable game for Eric Lauer. And most of this is going to be overshadowed because of the crazy walk-off win, all those things. Eric Lauer was the most important player in this game by far. And let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment section, or if you're kind of in the middle. Coming into this game, it's an Eric Lauer game. He was a guy who he didn't even make the Jays out of, camp. He comes up and he's been one of the best pitchers in the MLB since coming up. He moves his ERA down to 2.65 and really can't even be lower than that. He was dominant today. And at a day where the Jays offense was a little bit off, like I've been mentioning, right? A little bit off. He managed to retire 9 of his first 10 batters, 3 via strikeouts or 3 innings. He's got it going on the night. The Jays really need some length, and they needed length. The bullpen in trenches. They only had to use 4 relievers, like a little bit unideal still. But now tomorrow you have Jimmy Garcia available. You have Jeff Hoffman probably available, up in the air a little bit because he pitched 4 to 5 days, maybe unavailable tomorrow. But I mean, you got out of it. Nick Sandlin, credit to him. He gave up a 3-run shot, but then he got 3 outs to keep the game tied. Brendan Little, very shaky lately. Yariel Rodriguez comes in, goes 1 1/3, strands the bases loaded in the 8th inning. This team had multiple times they could have folded, multiple times. You have Chad Green come up, who's been terrible all year for the most part. Great over the past week or two, especially, legacy series against the Yankees. Strands the ghost runners in the top of the 10th. The ghost runner, rather. It was just a fantastic, fantastic game. And words cannot describe how good this team is playing right now. They are 50-38. They are a game and a half up in the AL East. The Yankees lose, the Rays lose. They both lost tonight. So not only do you take advantage, and for what feels like weeks now, every time the Jays would have a decent stretch before this one, the Rays would win, the Yankees would win, right? You'd win a game, you wouldn't gain any ground. You win a game, you wouldn't gain any ground. You win a game, you wouldn't gain any ground. The Rays lose, the Yankees lose. You're 1.5 games up in the AL East. What are they, 6, 7 games up, whatever it is, on the wild card spot. Might be 5. A ton of games up in the wild card spot. Keep playing good baseball. The Angels are a good team. They are a sneaky good team trying to get a wild card spot. And they're actually technically now, let me rephrase that. They're 2 games up of the AL East because they were at 1.5 games up. They're 2 games up on the AL East. And man, oh man, what a game. Against a very solid team. Like, obviously, the Angels haven't been good in the past. They've been very, very good this year. They have been a solid, not very, very good. They've been around a 500 team, which is better than most years. They're trying to win. They've been hot as of late. Kyle Hendricks comes out and just carves up the Jays lineup up until he gave up 3 runs. But even then, like, you should be putting up 8 spots on Kyle Hendricks. But he's been good as of late, right? Just crazy. And words, again, truly cannot explain the feeling this team has right now. It feels special. It feels absolutely insane. You have the bullpen on days where, your best guys aren't available. Yariel Rodriguez, who's one of your best guys, steps up, helps carry the load. Chad Green steps up, helps carry the load. This team, their starting pitcher, Eric Lauer, a game you need him to do well, steps up, helps carry the load. This is a team effort. It is a group effort. Everyone is rolling. This was a game without Vladimir Guerrero Jr., which I assume he's going to play tomorrow because he was ready to pinch hit tonight. A game without Alejandro Kirk, who pinched hit later in the game. Everybody is contributing, and this team is special. They're 2 games up in the AL East. It feels like forever since we were atop the AL East this late in the season. And ladies and gentlemen, the most exciting part is it keeps going. You play again tomorrow afternoon, 3:07 p.m. Eastern. But not only that, the trade deadline is right around the corner. You add an elite frontline starter and one more bat to this team, one of the best teams in baseball right now. They can become the best team very, very quickly in the American League. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap it up. Hopefully you're enjoying your Friday. Let me know down below what your thoughts are. This is a bit of a crazy video. I'm just completely, I cannot believe my eyes. I truly can't. You guys are fantastic. Absolute beasts. We'll see you guys for a video tomorrow morning. Cheers.